even before. Everybody else across the board are playing pretty much to a comfort role. Less going back to the Sentry role as a Cypher as well.
Furia in defense, KRU on attack.
On this map too, but let's focus now on the
Who's making it from Americas? I don't know. It's so hard in Americas.
It's fully open.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop. They go right in. Less able to watch behind. Oh, Alim thought he had a little bit more movement. Almost clears Kuala too, but they're able to.
If you just based off of everything you've seen so far, like say that they all qualified within the next game, like playoffs is literally next week, you would say MIBR, KRU, Lev. But realistically, quite far away still in Americas.
MW0 down
it's only the third week.
So that alerts them immediately.
At least 3 weeks to get better.
So many steps ahead right now on the side of KRU. It looks so smooth.
Man. Even seeing the aggression back from that spawn,
you know,
Dante
pistols,
pushing
right?
or at least from attacker spawn.
Wowzers, thanks so much for the tier 1 month. Thank you for the 4 months.
And saw that nobody was there, so that yes, you're right. They're always one step ahead.
It has to be PaperX winning by your 2 trophy. If
The
there's a neon nerf and it's relatively sizable, PaperX are going to win.
Another round where Dante
there's no neon nerf,
too, and just feeling good about the moves he's making. The neon's ready with the outlaw.
I think PaperX had to win that first one, man.
As we talk about Dante, he's always the one jumping around, maybe judging Phantoming, but never really the one with the scope. So seeing Haven as a new map here for this team, oh my god, he doesn't need the outlaw.
Oh my god.
Just drop that, keep a judge, keep a ghost, and just own everybody. And that's just, once again, being one step ahead, right? This is an eco run for Furia. The win con as well for our Phoenix is to grab the orbs. So even place his crosshair, I think, before the smoke came down. Here's a tap, gets the kill.
One enemy remaining.
Just
why did that look so funny?
Shots up,
the slow-mo.
Delivering them. I was gonna say sometimes it's the Sova either as well getting it long in, but it's gonna be C this time. So it just goes down trying to get the orb anyways.
Appreciate that.
Furia is like, okay, we could source something out of this round because they're already starting off hot again, and it's not even the orbs.
Yeah, Silver Lining, they still get a pip, all from dying.
Yeah, they did.
What works out though, at least for KRU, is with this composition, is the Cyphers. I think for me, probably much stronger in terms of trying to get early information versus like a chamber or a vice usually that you see on this map.
Against this. Let's see.
Keep
an eye what Furia wanting to do for that first round.
Adding that extra camera onto less
heavy fight over
allows
towards
for you to see if there's going to be any early pressure coming up on that defense.
No one in a position to trade this.
Sewer. Oh, Dante gets out of that one alive. Silence is the one to go down, actually. There's a little cross-mat fighting going on. They're still pushing through so many fronts that they're bringing the fight to Furia on.
Oh my
that's
god.
Ridiculous.
What are you meant to do?
What he can. Everything's close here. Almost dashes himself into another shot, but he chipped away down to 30 now.
Bruh, I really want to see that from the other guy's POV. It looks mad.
There's another kill to happen, and KRU, they're finding the solution here for the first 3.
Did he get that kill blinded? Got fully flashed.
Pistol into a bonus.
Was the short flash, the sewer flash?
Right over here from the Phoenix, if we have it. Kuala came back from an A-side link. Again, to kick things off, they did such a great job pushing forward to get the sewers killed in the first place. They just wanted to fight aggression on extremities when the pressure came out from KRU at middle in the first place.
Pre-fire? Oh, definitely pre-fire, yeah. It's
and
just
then as you flash to just re-peek from Kuala from the A-link rotating back, I'm pretty sure the Allah got him while he was blind.
Okay.
It was just unfortunate there, but
pretty much an eco for Furia.
Very, very lucky for KRU that they're going to take it any day, right? They want to close this out on a 2-0, showing that they want to be the best team that we currently have in the Americas. Oh.
Which one heals and which one deals? You don't want to step too close.
Yeah, imagine walking into the other molly thinking it's going to heal you.
With the buffs here for the Phoenix. If not, yes, definitely would have been a little bit of a gamble.
Which one heals and which one steals? That was good.
An eco round for Furia. They were trying to go for that early pressure from Koala Noob to try to deny any type of early peaks on that C line. But as that gets denied and he gets no value out of it, they have to gamble stack here and hoping that the finish is going to be on the A side for KRU.
Enemy down.
Oh, I was going to say 4-1 last, doing what he can to start the round, make it 5-1, and it's a spam through the wall, just reading the position that the defenders want to play.
Well, he knows it's a low buy. He knows how common shotguns are at the moment.
Yeah.
What's the most common shotgun position
practice, right? It's
on the map?
You're playing an anti-eco or when you're figuring out that your opponents might be playing a lower buy, just spam
getting
through
that
the wall.
Phoenix sword as
Somebody
well.
can play a judge or a shorty in that corner, so he didn't know what was there. He didn't know what weapon Nerf had. He just wanted to make sure that nobody's playing close quarters, and he reads it correctly.
Let him loose.
And that's the thing, is
See
they
how many
have
of
the
these
room
he
to
can
take
get.
these chances. They have the money to play a little bit in that, oh, if I did get killed, still buy next round, and I'll know they want to play it aggressive. It's just educating themselves on how much they can pick Furia apart.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Dante has complimented Les and Sadak.
Yeah.
Because they have so much experience in this game. They've won champs together with Sadak and Les back in 2022. They're actually showing somebody like Dante, who's new to the game, how to play at an advanced level, just because of all that experience that Sadak
I would have let NW0 farm, but
so again,
he's very scared of letting Koala Noob get his ult, which I fully understand.
In these moments, at a 3-0 on a mixed buy, on a thrifty for Furia, go for that spam, get that kill. And Furia also doesn't allow KRU to build more ult points because it's starting to cycle up on that side on the attack.
What is the answer? Let's see where Koala Noob goes. It's not for an orb right away. They may try to get that off a fight and then ult.
The problem with it being like, what is an answer?
But it's got to be something, right?
They're individually.
You said the ults are coming up
they
here.
individually
This
just
might be
look
around the
better.
throat to shut those down.
They want to fight mid.
Yeah.
They want to try to deny a slide from the attack side for Furia onto KRU, and they also want to try to flash out and try to
They just look better right now. It's everywhere.
Flash for
Has
Neon.
been the whole of the first map as well. Okay, nice shots.
Oh,
okay, well, I take it all back. Individually,
Beautiful. Takes Dante, MW0, and Sadak out. Just needed a bit of get up and go here for Furia.
Oops.
They should
I tell you, individually there is
a through. He falls though. There's just too much firepower coming through the wall, and the rest of Furia set up to take this round.
Sure, they're on the boards.
And it's at their own pace. They started first. They didn't have to react that round.
Yeah, nicely done by Furia. And all that was just on contact play on what Elim was able to see, right? He's looking down towards grass. He still has his two teammates watching into the window. Whatever they see first will activate that flash from Koala Noob, and then they fled out for that kill. And that's an important kill to get because that's now run it back available for the defensive side.
Yeah.
So now you're evening the amount of ults on both sides.
Why team's not using
a lot
Viper
of
comp?
impressive ults with the
But
addition
with the
of
Vice
Elim's
for
overdrive.
Haven?
But that's
There's
it.
not that
Looks
many
like
teams
they
that are
wanna
using
try to
Vice on
maybe
Haven,
answer
bro.
back into a similar way. Flash, peek, find the info. Don't allow here Furia to really push out towards that B line.
some America's
Furia are actually
teams.
pushing down the A line.
Yeah, it's already aggression.
The thing that is
gives
like
EU
not getting spoken
the
about is
ult orb
just
down at long A as well.
how good Phoenix is right now
So
as
they're
well,
making
because
sure
Neon's
that
so
they're giving
outrageously
themselves
strong.
windows of win conditions.
But man,
Dashes,
Phoenix
relay
is
bolts.
legit
Looks
right
like
now.
they're trying to touch and go. The push
Wait,
and pull on long,
nice
and
shots,
the limb
bro.
starts with two more.
Oh!
A third one. Just rinse and repeat on this round. Tries to get the spam on the hot lane as MW0 tries to cross, and he limps out of this one.
Back-to-back lovely rounds from him.
It down a second round
3K,
in a row.
3K.
And a second round for Furia.
That's sick. Coming out from Furia with the aggression. I think not getting any information on the early rounds as soon as the barrier comes out allowed the setup to happen.
KRU since
Look
they
at
got
how
their
you're
real
baiting
roster,
out
how
that
they
double
looking.
swing from
Like
calling
top
out
level,
the
mate.
ultimate from the Phoenix of Koala Noob. They try to swing around the corner to take him down so he can't get value off a flash swing, but Elim's just playing the tight corner. Swings over on that side. I mean, we were watching them when we were walking by here between maps, and they still look stoic and calm despite the one-sided results from KRU.
It's all good.
It's all good. Just another map. We still got this, and so far it's been pretty good here now that they got their economy going right for them on the defense.
Oh, they know exactly where
that's a good molly,
the
man.
defense was on the last one.
That's a good
like
molly.
silence.
It's a good cancel
The rest
also.
of the team are going to back out here as they just crash towards C to make Nerve feel uncomfortable.
Any standouts?
It's kind of tough as well
Les,
for KRU.
Silence, Sadak, Dante, and MW0.
Lines if they're
They're the
putting a lot
standouts.
of resources on C side first because they don't have the eligible, and it's only the Prowler that's going to be able to help you clear close range. So leading back towards the garage setup is actually quite good in terms of the state of this round for KRU, identifying and understanding how much space they've given up on the early opening.
Big kind of sound
So
here.
it's just another quick stop
And they got no info over towards
and
A,
it's split towards
so
the C site.
they would go pretty heavy stack over towards A.
Catalyst big silence
Do we
off.
check
They're
on
going to be
Koala Noob's
in.
pause?
Koala Noob wants to kind of push the other end of the fight. That's a good choice for one. And KRU can answer here to take a breather in sight. Elim overdrives, but he really doesn't have an entry yet. He's just trying to keep Nerve and him alive.
Nice kill.
The second one from Nerve.
Nice round, dude.
The nerve, sets
Jesus,
up for 4
that's a
from the
shutdown back of
and
sight.
nobody can even pick him out of
The
position.
individuals, man,
He
call
was
them out
supposed
and
to be
they
pinged
all
by a
stop
neural theft,
dragging
and
heavy.
he's the one that gets the kill onto Les as a Cypher before he actually gets pinged out. What a huge play coming out from Nerve. Old-eyed Shell from Tier 2 moving up to Tier 1, but given that responsibility and keeping it for Artazine.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Coming in from MIBR, and he stands up very, very tall against the opposition here of that hit from KRU on that C site.
They're
but all
back.
thanks as well to Koala Noob, dropping that spike here in the first place when that double Rain and Night box was
They got one more buy, I think,
it
before
really
the
allowed
eco.
for Nerve
I'm
to
pretty
really
sure.
set up for that surprise attack.
You grind long enough, you become the grinder. They just fall down as they come into C here. And one of the first timeouts for KRU, as we're mentioning, like
You flamed the individuals in 3K, 3K, 4K. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, everything's going according to plan.
Nothing. He's like, I almost needed a brace for the left hand. But not anymore. Hold that order.
Yeah, he's smirking right now.
And W0, I think he looks great in this team.
Yeah,
he's doing his role well.
Perfect, because the first map
He can have
was such a
standout
stark
rounds.
difference from the Furia that we see. You have to expect with the changes we've seen them make in a game and adapt. They went, talked, and said, that's not us. That's pretty easy to define for them and just come back to play a different game and realize what was wrong, because I don't think we've seen that Furia very much at all since this team has been built.
Yeah.
Really, maybe twice with the AEG game, and now it's just this last one.
Yep. Very similar in storyline is KRU. We haven't seen too much of them since their roster was built because we didn't get to see them at all at kickoff.
Very true.
So it's
just
a new look. Yeah, new look for KRU here on the on this map of Haven. It started off quite well, but now you're definitely seeing that they're needing a little bit of help from Zonic to try to get something going here, and another punish through the smoke. This time is a little falling down.
It's so unlucky, man. Look at the HPs.
To really pop out with these double ults, maybe triple ults that they have. But what happened here was before Elim falling, he still done some
shock
good
and
damage.
the spam did work.
Fairly low for KRU once they set up for this post.
They have no idea how much damage they've done.
Regarding a bit of the util they might face, I mean, hiding in that corner, you can get a hot hands to come right over the wall and sit in Dante's position.
Fade out for when they fast flood in, and W0 instantly goes under heaven.
Use it. A lot of util for Furia.
Goes for the Omen Flash, pops it when they push in.
The first one's just going to be a check. That's from Sadak on From the Shadows as the defensive stall comes through now.
Oh, little late, little late.
They aren't able to drop. Oh, no. You're okay, Nerve again with 3?
Mate, again?
That position was totally covered by Silence coming through, but they're able to drop KRU.
Time.
And now
Sadak,
Sadak knows all he has to do is just stay quiet. Oh my gosh. Les is going to be the one to give himself up to. Sadak peeks off of that one. Those two know better than anyone how to play that one.
Good understanding from MW0 here.
Looked scary for
straight
KRU,
away. He didn't even hesitate.
Dude.
Very nice.
Nerve got a 3K while he's getting hit
straight
by
under
Nightfall
heaven.
too. It doesn't really matter what ults you're throwing at him, and you might know where he's at. He's dropping numbers right now on defense. I like the idea, though. We tried to drone from the top of heaven to get the information for the team. Trying to move well. It looks like we saw a little bit of the top of the ponytail there.
Yeah.
For the play.
The side buns.
Yeah, the side buns. That's it. I don't know my hairstyles.
That's okay. It's a part of the complexion.
Yeah.
No, inside joke.
They don't understand this action.
Inside joke.
That said, though, we'll go back with the action. Flash over to take some early.
Look at this round. It is a big round.
KRU.
2-4 loss bonus. They go deep over towards C. Recon kind of gives it away though, so they speed up over towards site. Normally with this setup, you're in heaven. He plays on site and they still expect it. Maybe they've seen this cage before. I will say it's not as good as the... someone had a cage that was so close to the wall that you couldn't see this guy, but this guy could see you because of the angle diff. They definitely could use that wall there. It would have helped them out.
He's going to get a run it back, but it's not the way he wants.
Next round.
Spike is down.
One enemy remaining.
EU gets another one, 2 in heaven, 3 in heaven. They're going to start floating
nice
down,
dude.
as that's a third one. And every round that Furia picks up the pace, it seems to put KRU in a little bit of chaos, and it is working for Furia.
Was such an important shock dart as well for EU. Because even Silence went for the wall up so he could heal while he's planning. Maybe it was a couple of HP away before being able to survive here. And that would have given him a run it back and then full HP coming back from it, which would have given a good win condition for KRU.
He was slowly healing up to HP to get above the max shock dart damage there.
End of the day as well, though, you got to look at how Furia's been playing the setups on the defense for the last 2 rounds. They've been fairly aggro.
Win one, lose one for KRU, force them down to an eco.
But this time,
whoa,
the trips are more aggressive on this A side. You can see being placed.
It is nice to watch, isn't it, though?
High gear. Okay, nice dodge, actually. Overdrive's going to be there. Koala Noob somehow gets in between the Venn diagrams of relay bolts flying through. Still alive, hearing a lot outside the site. And this, I think, can just allow Furia to say, what, play patient. They're kind of scattering right now, looking for things.
Good
on kills. There's so many multi-kills. Literally the second we call him out.
Being tagged by the camera.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here. The 4 lines. Uh-oh. Sadak losing to a trip. Can't break in and almost got killed because of that. But yeah, those 4 lines allows for you to get now their early information instead of pushes back towards that spawn. So Furia playing this a little bit more standardized, if I could put it that way, so they could set up these crossfires on the B side defense. That's up to Les. There should be in a good spot. Actually, he tucked in just in time.
Oh, that helps him out a little bit. They know where he is. They take the
He's
timing.
just looking for his timing. It all comes down to the last 2 players over on this A site to maybe
gun?
try to brute force the way towards A.
Gun.
Exactly. That's what I was going to try to say. You got to make some noise on that side too, force and rotate so that Les can maybe try to go for a pick here.
So you gotta make him buy into it.
Exactly. And then Furia said
no.
Ooh,
that's unlucky though.
They said goodbye.
Oh, this could get weird.
Don't want any
Look
of
at those
that,
HPs.
Not even if it's on sale.
Oh, mate. That could have got so
takes
weird.
out the last one, nicely played.
Gone weird fast because the 2 next were going to be the low HPs.
They're much more patient. You can see Furia feels sure about the movements they're making now and not kind of guessing these swings. Oh, that was so much chaos.
What's good, at least right now, for Furia is they're doing a pretty decent job as well to deny here the slides from Dante. Remember that happening to Elim a lot when they're playing on the attack side on Lotus, and
gotta shut it down.
This time Furia on defense, they're able to answer back in similar fashion. Kill distribution is quite even
we can
across
tell
the
by the
board as
pings
well.
where they're going.
Turning out to be quite an exciting game
Guess they're
between these 2
passing back
teams
the
for the
same.
second map. You talked about it, Furia needed some time to wake up, and
guess
looks
this
like
is
that pep
the
talk from
Phoenix
Shaw
ult.
between the 2
He
maps
was saying where he's going to go.
helping them out on the defense.
Does seem like it. They're going faster too. KRU wants to see if they can put pressure back onto Furia to make them crack, and they know who's going to be in the back of the site.
He didn't go where he pinged.
EU ready to lock it down. The run it back goes down, but the worse for the wear there.
Ran it back twice. But Quality getting more value.
Oh. Wait, okay.
How do they both not see each other? It's kind of insane. I can
their
understand.
bearings here out on grass, and it's going to be hard as in the finally finishes
I felt like
what was going down
seen him a lot
the
earlier.
double doors there, and Furia
Just W keyed a little bit more.
Yeah,
Panini, thanks so much for the prime. Appreciate the 13 months. Thank you. You could get a separate stream POV that shows every POV of one player. Who would the player be of your choice? Don't know, man. This matchup, I'm watching
The other
Dante.
advantage right now for teams to be running a Phoenix is in this double comp. You're thinking about, you know, Sky getting a flash
Other matchups?
available and refreshable now could be the agent to be played because Euro only has 1 flash to work
Depends.
with, right?
Dude, it'd be a cool
But
feature though.
Phoenix
It'd be
is
such a
the
cool
one
feature,
of
man. I could
the
make so
better
much
flashes
content
you
off
can
of that
have
stuff. It'd
coming
be
outside of
incredible.
smokes. If you don't time a Sky flash
POV
correctly,
VODs. Ooh.
setting up for a very different first half than a 10-2, Vans.
Yeah,
Like, this is much better.
Elim definitely set up that timing well for that side of Furia. And again, WinCon is not Qualinoob opting for this team now. It's actually going to be Elim on the op on Neon. Just so that Qualinoob could run around a little bit more here with his
insane
rifling.
actually though.
What do you want to do,
was
Les?
arguably the best opper
Trying to just play
in kickoff,
toy
or
with
like
this.
lead up to kickoff, I guess.
The old trick of walking straight up to the trip but not
For him to have to
setting it
reinvent
off.
himself or
he might find a
reinvent
timing
what was
pick.
working, it's a little mad.
Onto Dante.
I'm
as
dizzy
soon
with
as
the
he
prime,
backpedals
appreciate
here
that.
and he's
Thank
not
you for the
looking.
9 months.
Koala could get this pick.
Probably, yeah.
He's get shot in the right. Oh, he chooses the right time.
It
There
would be
could
great
have
for
been
people
so many
wanting to improve
instances
the
where that
role.
was
The
just a
POV thing,
sidestep.
it'd be incredible. Dude, that's what
What
Leo
a
should be
collection
doing.
by
man.
Nerve there to reset the aim as he was looking up towards mid.
POV stuff from ranked with him talking over it.
I wasn't paying attention to that mini map.
30 seconds left.
He might have. It looked like he was in a good position, but yeah.
What a
Trip still
sick
up.
comeback
He goes
from
down.
Furia,
Artson
man.
takes it. That's 7-5 here for Furia, doing a fantastic job to reset for map 1.
Especially with the start that we had for the side of
You're
Crew.
saying I have a chance?
Winning a
Oh, not
bonus
at all,
round,
but-
winning 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
And for Furia to be able to do that right after to answer back and get the lead of this half is actually quite good.
Would you expect?
Second half of Haven
Wait, to
after
what
the
extent
break. Don't
are
go anywhere.
Crew doing well because of the lack of VODs to review them? The lack of VODs to review them doing well? Dude, I'm telling you, they play the Neon so well, man. They've also had so much time that all of their stuff looks insanely refined. Like, as soon as you see MW0 here go under Heaven with Fatal, like, we've really had time to just talk about a lot of stuff. Like, it is relatively obvious, but the amount of teams that wouldn't just insta-go there is pretty high. Like, someone on the team would maybe have to micro a little bit. They, I think they were probably in one of the best spots. Did they go to Santiago, or was it just Lev that went to Santiago? Because they also got told about the Neon... Sorry, they got told about the Yoru nerf early. And then I think they were able to play against the Santiago teams also. They were like playing the new meta as everyone else was playing the Yoru meta. And they have one of the best Neons. And they could just sit there, watch Danby and go, they haven't nerfed Neon and this guy's doing this. It's so obvious. They did a boot camp there? Yeah, then that's huge. Then they just could tweak probably some of their stuff. I think Crew has a chance of qualifying to London. Mate, Crew have a chance of winning London if they look like this. Not just qualify.
Because Furia takes first half of Haven versus Crew, looking to force that map 3, and it's going to be a bang around split. So let's get there. Let's get there.
Yeah. Lots of question marks going into the third map as well. We know that Dante could very much activate on his Neon on the third map, but split as they did last week against NRG. But a new look here for Crew on this map looked pretty okay. I think they were trying to do whatever they could here to get some early map control, but I think that's a difference here that you have to praise Furia for. How good they've been and more proactive on their defensive side on defense.
3-0 on the pistols at the moment.
First bloods.
That scoreline looks a little mad when you say that also.
The B pushes, the A pushes that they had. Yeah. They could have done that on Lotus, but it's a little bit more difficult when there's so many more obstacles and a bigger map to rotate across. But on Haven, it feels to fall into their wheelhouse to be able to play as aggro as they wanted to on that last half.
Just had a few more solutions for things. The shock darts, the ults. Can they take down? I was going to say a solution for less, but not yet. Not yet. It's Dante sliding down here as Crew. You saw that pistol win rate. It looks like they're just going to pump that number up a little bit.
4-0 on the pistols.
Noob is searching for safety or just a way to get some money in his pocket before he goes down.
Yeah. And it is now going to be all pistols so far in the hands of Crew.
Yeah.
That said, now that I think about it, you lost pistol, you lost bonus, you still finished 7-5 for Furia.
Yeah.
So even if you lose this pistol here against Crew, I don't think it's going to affect you as deeply as it should. You should be able to recoup right now and go into the next round.
Good damage.
Even Koala, look at him. He wants to save his flash.
Done from
next
last
round. At least his one.
4-0.
4 for last.
4-0 on the pistols.
Deadly in the pistol rounds. Deadly anytime right now, honestly. Last and Sadak, just the way that they've been playing. So crazy lately, and everybody's following up. He's like, oh yeah, they can do it, we'll do it too. And Dante sliding in for some more.
Definitely looked like Furia was not ready for that off angle out in the open here from Lesson. They kind of just blocked themselves when they tried to
down to an eco. We've got 2 potential hunters. Dante obviously with that eco
coming up now
farm
for Crew.
again.
No buy for Furia. And are they going to try to plant towards this B side? As I mentioned before, sometimes 3-sided maps. Don't know why it always ends up towards B. They're looking to break this trip in the first place.
Ooh.
Just wide to the door. So one of them split, but they still have 4 in sight for the side of Furia. Silent.
Oh, that's nice.
The rest of the team trying to get near. You saw Les firing some pop shots just a second ago. They have his gate to start stepping in if they want, but they're taking time. Gates down. They have
getting a little bit better with the
that
walls.
left
There's
side.
that wall.
Still a
Starting
window.
the
This is
loud
going to
game.
get tricky.
But
they're gonna have to pop out like a jack in the box on this one. KRU
just
is trying to come out of everywhere right now to shut down Furia, and they are doing so. It's gonna be left to one person.
That one got kind of close, bro. You got 2 out of nowhere.
Pulls out the round for his team once again.
Dude, at the end of the day, I really thought it was going to be a clean retake for KRU.
Just a wall if someone's planting is really good in this map. You can actually do it on
burn players
all
down
sides.
when you're trying to plant, but at the same time, you're also denying them for pushing across to get through the back of the spawn, to get value off your classics. And then they circumvented that, or they added another smoke on it with the open smoke, then they added the Cypher Cage. Look at that. There's no way they can really move in towards the logs, but somehow playing the way that they did here for Furia, it ended up being a 1-on-1.
That one got close.
Jeez.
You'll take it for sure. Smiles across the board for Furia, keeping it expensive for KRU.
More valuable on the retake.
You see that?
I would say
one Phantom
it definitely depends who's still alive.
But buying Stingers around that is quite interesting as well.
It's very nice to have util that can stop a B.
But I think at the same time, if you want to keep that econ way higher, maybe pull out some ops here and there too.
Yeah, their pistol was really clean, right? All the kills
if you don't have smoke, you don't have a wall. I could see it.
Pocket change.
That's true.
To keep
I would be so fine for it to be used like it.
Down as they continue to roam around. Like, where do they have?
I think a team could play Neon Phoenix every match.
Well, it's not going to be a judge.
I would probably try and run that right now.
Phantom actually goes down. Sadak is playing sketchy right now. Get out of there. Great job by Furia.
Lev is the closest.
Where they might be able to
Lev
get
is the
kills.
closest. That's where I want
a little bit here to make him feel
full sense. That's what I want full sense to
had
do.
to use his wall first to pick up the rifle as well.
I think if full sense do that, they qualify.
Furia that there is going to be some opponents over on this A line, yet they still want to commit to hit it.
Ooh, I like that. Little hot hands in the relay in the fast lane. Is this opened up? They're not even letting him up the ramp, Vance.
Dude, surely not.
Need to get up the ramp for these kills.
Insta heaven?
Says, not
yet.
yet.
You thought they were going out of there.
I will play a lean position to see if I have to go somewhere. Oh, he is just going to go right for it.
That's unlucky.
Why does it look like I'm watching Furia on defense on Lotus as well when you're gambling that they're just backpedaling the plant towards the other side of the map?
Heavy enough, it'll be Phoenix Jet.
People
People will probably do the fast fixes that, yeah, depending on if they were using the Phoenix.
Back into the A side for a free plant. Although they've done some great econ damage for KRU. Remember,
just Julius is so good when there's nothing to stop him sending it in, man.
Alright, so 1 versus 2.
And Phoenix is kind of filling a similar-ish role.
But he's still hurt on that, so they get what they want out of it.
The second entry of the Yoru.
They're not going to
they can also do the same thing, just like the eco farming that you'd want. It's a little strong.
8 to 7 here for Furia.
Yeah, a little stronger. It's close though. They should just buff a little bit, man.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice little lineup. Did not expect
I wonder how much they want to revert to the 2025 champs patch.
At the end of the day, though, it still becomes a nice hit for Furia, right? They lost 2 players in that process in the front of that line of the A side, yet they still had a 2-on-1 advantage in the end.
Still.
Yeah. And the first wave of util was fully
4+ and aggro for KRU.
The Lim had to jump in, jump out.
They want to shut this down early. The Tether's nice as we're pushing through short. Omen Flash gets invested as well, so they got to kill off the Omen Flash. They got to kill off the Tether. Couldn't have been a better round for KRU to do this, by the way. It's a good game plan, man. And the good thing is, like, they have a successful one of this as well, so now Furia are either going to heavy go this and prove that they can take A, or they're just going to go away and take elsewhere and then re-clear. Such a big win for KRU to do this early. Obviously, they still got to win the round, but...
Oh, that timing. Sadak calling that they need to make some moves to find the last few players. They have long controlled.
Yeah, they're kind of just waiting for someone to mess up a little bit.
They're just doing defensive.
They know they have no info on C, so they should be getting active.
The information and he's gonna try to make it work. The slide.
Decent though, it's decent from Furia in the 3v.
The biggest kill too. It's less falling down, so there's no trips on site.
It's plant, but obviously nobody's close.
That's a big question mark towards that back of the spawn. So KRU is actually rotating out to control garage first and allow Dante to meet up with him from middle.
Dodge your backside? No.
Willing to use that and at least identify ones at backside. Oh, Arts and Dottie might have had another second after that. Cypher wire went down. And it was no time at all that he had.
That's so
Nerve
lucky, bro. What a
in
dink.
that same spot. They're just going to keep him in prison right now, take him down when they can. And another round here for KRU. These are getting very
he buys long enough to get the trades in.
last moment. Everybody's trying to be
Okay, this is going to be fun. Does Furia keep fighting A, and they just maybe TP over towards short if they were doing this?
Thankfully,
Or do they just sack it off?
to make sure that they guarantee that round.
It's low buy, so they probably fight short,
Despite
wanting a
being
fight.
at a disadvantage for that round for Furia, you'll take it. You got the plant. You force out the big ult.
Let's see.
Outlaw now is for KRU as Furia has to go for a mixed buy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
5-man death ball attempted towards this A site.
Cover going out.
Nice from Furia though. Still can kind of prove that they can A default. Kinda. Got a little wrecked there.
Allen takes a hit there.
Jerry B. Donut with the prime. Thank you for the 2 months, man. Appreciate you doing that, dude.
Oh,
wait, that's a headshot?
Sadak plays a different
the
position
guy that was on the
just
right?
like that. Cleans it up. We saw him doing the same thing in his Lotus games. Up and down on the box, just making them look in different positions.
That was a bad peek from them.
Still putting a bullet in their eye.
You're just trying to walk contact on different angles too to try to catch an opponent off guard.
Yeah.
But so far, KRU's been really good. Just one step ahead. Not necessarily on, on position because of that surprise attack from Sadak, yes, but just placing the crosshair in the right place and anticipating some sort of a walk contact is what I mean by the step ahead that they currently have here.
Less on 1. He gets dropped, and this is going to have to be a force plant. Get the money in their pocket. 40 seconds left. I mean, they want to be safe, but still.
Was this 3rd round in a row that they started things off on a 3 versus 5 after a plant? Trying to bait out the swing here from the taps. And W0 though looks pretty clean on this map of Haven so far.
Great ults for
He's
Furia.
actually been
Great ults for
practicing
Furia.
a lot of the scan initiator roles going back in tier 2 here.
He fell asleep a little bit. Yeah, I wonder if he was thinking of something
A couple of teams
like
on the
common.
America stage had to come back to show his worth.
Yeah. So he learned a lot in tier 2. Was kind of focusing on realizing he, in tier 1, took things for granted. And then back in tier 2, kind of learned to respect all that and realized that he needed to build around some of the things that he previously thought were, the correct way to play. And now you're getting...
Furia should have 2 rounds in a row here, really. I like this from KRU. They go aggro. They don't want to sit back and get wrecked by the ults.
Towards grass. Furia's forced now to push
so
forward.
blind.
But do they feel uncomfortable yet? They respond quite well to this, only losing Allen.
Very nice. The good news for Furia as well, when this does happen, again, it's a nice idea, but when it fails,
that's going to be
you still have the ult.
Furia in a very fast round.
And Furia actually wanted to make the first step this time around too.
So they only use
They
Cypher
just went
on
for
this one.
the blind relay bolt right into the garage door as they make a lot of noise, anticipating some sort of an aggressive push out from the KRU side in front of that B side. It works out, kept those 2 players anchored inside the double doors. And because the opening is so tight, you're forced to swing out 1 by 1. It allows for you to get these nice little openers for
Is the money low?
One tie up the game.
On the shoulder plays.
1, 2, 3.
Slide, double peek mid, duelist straight to B. And fast
Great
lane
molly.
in. Almost the old jet play without a jet.
It's a nice spam.
Get the run it back down.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Spike gets isolated back in sight.
But they have yet to drop a member here. Les is a little hurt, and it's going to be Silence trying to retake
Oh
already
my
on his
God, no,
own
the spike's
back,
down back
realizing they
inside.
can start to break some space right away. And Furia is gaining that space back. Oh, Hunter Fury just off the edge there. Nice jumps by Silence to get out of that. And a good hit by EU as well.
Some players are low though, and the spike's down towards the back of Gong. So that run it back that you had earlier on by Silence to get that pick is huge. That slows down the round. You have to go back to the contact plays for the duels. Everybody's separated. Sadak is trying to flank with a judge.
What do you expect? He's a master with it, but just
Nah, he wins
this
that.
time. Less
Wins that on 17
for a
HP.
moment. Kuala Noob and a limb. Now versus Silence.
Double flash though.
Curveball here to get back in.
Oh.
Throwing it.
Oof.
Ooh, it's almost
God,
a
that one's
sidestep, but it is
close.
going to be Kuala Noob coming
Should
up. A
force
very
him down
much
to
needed
Nico.
round for Furia. And they keep a round in the lead.
I was just about to mention that Silence had the element of surprise because he ran it back from the ceiling to get that spike down in the back of Gong. They had to expect him to still play towards that side, but preemptively shot the first guy. over on the corner of the post plant, which was a limb right there, which allowed here the double setup for both Kuala Noob and Elim to trade off this last kill and put themselves back on the board.
These are some bloody rounds, Vance.
They
I
are.
can't see the economy
Yeah,
when
trying
we
to
got
give
out of
them
this.
an
It's
idea
like
on
people
the
are still
eco here.
buying, but it's going to
It's
get
impressive
down
from
to
Furia.
0 and just pocketless soon for
No
both
pistols
of
on
these
this.
teams if this is what we're getting.
This timeout from Zonic is probably to talk about that next round. Because I think going into this timeout and whatever happened for this back and forth that we've had in the charade between KRU and Furia, I don't think the money's going to be the best so far for the defensive line. Although, again, another one of those moments where the forward pushes are actually being met by Furia this time around. So they're finding a group. Took a
Watching two
couple
good
of
teams
rounds
play each other is fun. Yeah,
for
man.
them to
It
figure out
really
a little
is.
bit of the defensive look for
It's
KRU.
been this map especially has been good. The first map was still pretty fun to watch, just
Furia was
because
able to match that.
sometimes
Not only
stomps when
firepower, but
teams
rounds
just
on
look
top.
like really good on a map is just
Going
satisfying.
back and forth here in this series. A stinger buy on that defense, but doesn't really look like they were trying to go for anything crazy for KRU. Keep the close range battles, maybe a buddy system as well to make sure that you trade carefully with these stingers to get the maximum value out of it. That's why they have this crossfire set up on left and right on that B site. And Les is given that responsibility to solo anchor A. Solo anchor C with his util and a classic.
See if that smoke peels anybody off their original spot. No. They're not even worried about it. You get a little bit of movement out of MW0 right off the bat. So they have to be worried about if somebody could have gotten into sewers. There's a prowler.
Yeah, also MW0 threw a haunt in the first place, right? So you threw a haunt into the choke, it never got broken. You wait a couple of seconds to see if
ending
they
B here is
find
like
that
the
timing
worst
or try to
possible
take that
thing.
timing into
Surely E
sewers.
drones
Now
this.
you confirm that the lean is still mid on or C
That's
site,
weird.
at least
It's
in
one
the
of the hardest
eyes
sites to
of
drone,
KRU on the
'cause
defense. And
need
Furia,
new
though,
bodies here.
as they hear the haunt, they hear the prowler from their positioning in the first place, and they missed the value of the second one, they could now start wall contacting into this A site, while EU's maintaining that stack over at B. This is actually looking pretty good for Furia on the attack.
Yeah, it's looking great for Furia.
Seeing that with silence too, they
What gun
find
is
out where the
MW0
Phoenix
gun?
is, so you can get away
Stinger.
from that a little bit
Finally
quicker.
leaves
No,
the
you're not
side
gonna
as
catch a
well.
Flash to the face, and they have bought enough time to just get a very
Can't
soft
get much
site
better
to
right now from
enter.
Furia. It's a lovely round.
5v5 here. The Stingers could be treacherous.
I think you
for
just
the
gotta wait for the
retake
retake
if
with this
Furia's
one.
not
They get hit
positioned
pretty
well, but
close.
they should be
Fast
able to
flood,
clean this
Oma
up
Flash
quick.
goes in, fade out at the top.
Should be ready for this haunt this time
Tether
around, right?
default. Anyone sending it?
Yeah,
Haunt
easy clean.
broken right away.
What,
They ain't gonna
what
fool me
utils
twice.
at spawn here to stop him? Has to be something.
Walls up, a little bit of an avenue.
Like Mr.
Space
Phoenix
to get
molly,
in
maybe?
Here, trying to play anti-flash. Lose the Stingers. They got him in close, and they start to bite down. Silence still there.
Oh no.
A few from the back.
No, not like this,
Dante
Furia.
in Silence now. As
Holy,
they get the
what a
slide in,
flash.
and that's going to be KRU taking
Wait, they won
down
that.
Furia as they get right back into the
How did
site.
they win that?
What
They
better
used
way to get the
all,
full
they
value
used
of
all
a 20-clip
util
stinger
and then
by
didn't get any
just
space.
sliding into your chest and just popping it into there?
It does neon
You
slide
ain't
again.
gonna miss there. You ain't gonna miss.
They were all tethered to each other. It was just a death string of Stingers.
Yeah, it's neon
And you
slide.
saw Dante try
God,
to dash
it's
in. Was
nuts,
still
isn't it?
blind even though he tried to play anti-flash, but knew where he needed to go. That's just map knowledge as well in itself. You have to know which way you're going even if you're blind.
Yeah, and I also think it's both
Look at the
Phoenixes
rounds
too. If I'm
they're
not mistaken,
winning.
Kuala Noob also threw his own flash,
yeah.
right? So both of those Phoenixes looking amazing in terms of finding their timings, but unfortunately the shot in the side
1,
of a
2,
neon
3,
takes the
4,
upper
5.
hand.
Can't buy
Wow.
next
And
to
that should have been a
10-10.
round here won by KRU.
Exactly. Rounds that shouldn't have happened. Is
Oh,
the name of that
KRU
round.
go for their punish on A again.
KRU
What the hell
seems
is that?
angry here. They want more. They know they've just
the hell is
flipped
that?
Furia on their head, so they're going to go even harder.
What
and they
the
get 3
hell?
alive
Dude,
in a
every
round
time they
that's
go
over
for their
in what,
punish
12,
over towards
13,
A,
14 seconds?
Fury are defaulting A.
Oh yeah, they didn't want to give any
They go
tempo
4
whatsoever
aggro
here
A
onto
every
Furia
single
coming
time.
out
They've done
of
it
a
twice,
timeout.
and everyone's here.
So again, they're not supposed to win a stinger round that they bought.
Sadak
You were
is
in a
just
great
on
position
top
for
of it,
Furia to
man.
play that post plant. Yet you lost your gunfights. It is what it is at the end of the day.
Jeez.
And then you focus on this round, trying to reset things, and probably the IGL doesn't have a chance to speak. They're just getting ran down now for that same type of split that Furia did.
It was 12.
Oh, they all kind of looked at him like it was his call.
I was counting Riv. It was 12.
Thank you, Riv. Back to you, Riv.
You're welcome.
I'm not entirely sure.
The timeout is going to hit. And KRU, Furia has only been gaining a few back, right? 7-5 at the half, and then a few, but it was brought back. They've never had a good cushion of rounds to feel comfortable, and maybe even feel like they can play their own game. They're always reacting to Furia or KRU, and then KRU take it back right away.
And that was the most important detail too. KRU winning that round on Stingers, and then brute forcing their way through within the last round breaks the economy of Furia going into
last
round
time they
number 23.
resend it over towards
22,
A,
sorry.
so that means they're not going to resend it over towards A, and they're just going to late reclear, right? Where are they going?
Furia to play the steep
they go back towards A?
Of this map
Damn.
if they want to try to
respect
with
it.
this,
So it's actually the
potentially
exact
push this into
same,
overtime.
or
Right now on
super
paper, as
similar
we're
buy
all
if
seeing
he
in
bought a
front of our
gun
eyes,
to
this should heavily
when they
favor
were in
KRU
this
on the other
situation
side.
earlier after the
They have
four-person
ults
push.
aplenty. They have weapons aplenty. And then you're just hoping that maybe a shotgun from a limb could open things up for you, and it has to be towards the A side lean.
KRU go aggro
bait
against
Util by
the low
jumping out
buy. A
first.
little scary.
And
Okay.
you don't hear anything, so
Damn.
that,
I'm not sure Les
that's
got the memo
unfortunate.
that they were leaving mid
Les
here.
just walks out of the garage doors and takes
He's
him
just
down.
sent it.
Camera gets broken, so you now identify 2 players on this B side and B side lean, so you have no choice but to work towards A again. Player down. 2 players down.
Oh, their peaks are just so clean.
No,
Just
everyone.
enough time
It
to
looks
take a
hard
head
to
off.
play against
And
them
then-
because you
and
just
Zera
you're
has
gone.
ult too, so they could have just
They
kind of
peek
waited
you.
for
You got to
Sound
hit
and played
that
off
first
that.
bullet. And even then,
Confidence is there in spades.
even then, you got to be faster than them.
Flash for
Retake,
hell, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some waterfall into the site. See how many people they can get in at
One.
once. That's gonna sting for Alum.
One enemy.
Oh, sliding in. Good lord. He's like parasailing.
I'm
Dante.
giving that a 4 on 10 on that dive because he broke his legs. He was supposed to land in the boxes, so he wasn't as clean.
True. Well, maybe that's the thing. You think he's going to land on the boxes, but then he falls behind it, and you've already started spraying.
Never let him know your next
Then
move.
never let him know your next move. Absolutely. Land with 1 foot on the box. Then fall
how many
off,
ults they
maybe.
got
Who
to
knows?
close
A
this one out.
flawless round.
I
we
think
talked
Furia
about it being
won
bloody
away
before,
from
and then 2 are
Sova
alive, and then 3 are
ults,
alive
so
for
maybe
KRU. Then it's a
Bonka default
flawless,
on C.
and it's match point. It's just mounting
They also
on
have their own
Furia
ults.
now that needs to make a play and figure
Yeah,
out
both
how
these shots
to
are
keep
fast.
getting these rounds out from under them.
As you're mentioning, they could have held on to the Nightfall if KRU wanted to for the Flood retake,
Yeah,
but
they
now
still have answers.
not needing to use it on that previous round, they still have those 4 big ults to work in this round number 23, potentially in round
Yeah,
number 24.
makes sense
if
from
Furia's
Furia.
able to turn
Bonka
this around.
default, try and
now
get
you're
that
pulling out
server
an
ult.
op on Dante.
Dante ready to.
This might be like, okay, well, these guys are always pushing hard. Let's just walk contact in the first place, and they might walk into an op. This is dangerous right now
Nah,
for
they're
Furia.
not
A good
contacting this,
call
trying to get his ult,
Dante
right?
into the operator this round.
Keep him up on the right. He
Oh.
can fast lane out to backside if he needs it. Actually, he's getting help already from MW. Zera actually
Sorry.
pulled over. They've switched less over to A. Dante cleans one up as soon as that smoke clears. They peek it again.
And they don't want that smoke on C, already rotating towards the A site. Potentially even a Hail Mary with the run it back too to take some early
Terminal
sewers control.
spots one as well, so they can get the
Ult from
rotating.
Sadat gets the info that
they
you
go-
do have nerve
Boy,
there.
this is gonna be a big
with only
one-on-one
one
on
smoke
shot.
remaining. I wonder if they're going to cut noise
Les
and
wins it. It's
try to
probably
get
the
a
round
second
done.
smoke up. Oh yeah, it just came up right now, so they could actually go for the exit now if they want to.
The floor trips are so annoying too. Les takes one. Up links. Rest of the
Good
team
fatal.
is done. This is going to force the hand of Furia. That's 1 trip, slowing the run it back, and it's not even going to be useful for that one. Sadak takes it. And they're
Look at
clearing
that.
more with the hot hands. A beautiful
Hot
throw
hands.
from a spawn, basically.
Nightfall, Seas,
Yeah.
on top of getting all
30
the
seconds
information
left.
from Les's kill at sewers with the neural theft. You
Yeah, double
cannot
trip on the
retake this
site.
site for the
The
second
ult's actually
round
good.
on
He's gonna
Furia.
get fights there.
Sadak cleans another one up. The
both
cruising
on.
run it back's
Done.
not having much of an effect on this round, but it's just going to be EU left.
Pistols
They're
help,
searching,
especially on
finds
this
one,
map,
but he's going to
for
get
sure on
scattered
this
here
map.
at long
But
A, and MW
Still
Zera
very
goes
nice to
for
watch
the
from
wide
KRU, man.
swing.
This is a big 2-0
Gets
from them.
that kill with silence.
Still undefeated,
and they
still.
are going to lock in the
drop a
series.
map,
2-0
right?
KRU over Furia.
Lock